Hi everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today we're diving into News Corporation's latest report, and let me tell you, it's less about breaking news and more about, well, keeping the presses rolling. Let's see if we can find a hidden gem in this pile of paper, or maybe just confirm what we already suspected. This is a report dated May 1, 2025, a snapshot of what was happening with News Corporation back then. Think of it like checking in on a friend to see how they're doing. The big story here is about News Corporation buying back its own stock called a stock repurchase program. It's like when a company thinks its stock is undervalued, so it buys some back to increase the price, or gives some back to increase the price, or gives some back to its employees. News Corp had the green light to buy back up to $1 billion worth of its Class A and Class B common stock. That's a lot of money. Now, the report also includes some forward-looking statements. These are basically educated guesses about the future. News Corporation is saying they might keep buying back their own stock, but they also warn that things might change. The price of their stock could go up or down, the market might get shaky, or maybe they'll find a better way to spend that money. It's like saying we plan to go to the beach, but it depends on the weather. They are not promising anything, just making a prediction. There are also some exhibits or attachments to this report. These exhibits contain information provided to the Australian Securities Exchange, or ASX. Since News Corp is listed on the ASX, they have to tell them about any stock buybacks they do. It's like keeping the Australian market in the loop. Let's take a quick look at what they're telling the Australian Securities Exchange about their Class A stock. This form is dated April 30, 2025. The type of security they're talking about is NWSA, which is their Class A stock. The description of the shares is ordinary fully paid, meaning they are regular shares that have been completely paid for. They are buying these shares on market, meaning they're buying them on the stock exchange like anyone else. They bought 144,747 shares that day. That's a decent amount of stock changing hands. The highest price they paid per share was 33.4698 ATS. The lowest price was 33.2010, and the volume weighted average price, which is like the average price they paid, was $33.28. Let's scroll down to the next similar document. This one is also dated April 30, 2025. But this time they are buying NWS, which is their Class B stock. Again, the shares were bought on market. They bought 11,976 shares of Class B stock. The highest price they paid per share was $31.05 on to $500. The lowest price was $31.00, and the volume weighted average price was 31.1440. So what does this all mean? Well, News Corporation is using its stock buyback program to purchase its own shares. They bought more Class A shares than Class B shares on April 30, 2025. The prices they paid were in the low 30, 2025. The prices they paid were in the low $30 for both types of stock. So I'll say, let's step back and look at the bigger picture. News Corporation is a media giant with a lot of different businesses, from news to books to real estate. A stock buyback can be a good way to return value to shareholders, especially if the company thinks its stock is undervalued. But it's not always a perfect strategy. Sometimes companies buy back stock when they don't have any better ideas for how to spend their money. It can also be a way to artificially boost the stock price in the short term, which might not be sustainable in the long run. Also, the media landscape is changing rapidly. News Corporation faces competition from digital platforms, changing consumer habits, and all sorts of new technologies. Is News Corporation heading in the right direction? Well, it's hard to say for sure based on this one report. The stock buyback suggests they think their stock is a good value, but the company also needs to keep innovating and adapting to the changing media landscape. One thing to keep an eye on is their debt. If they are taking on a lot of debt to fund these buybacks, it could be a red flag. It's also important to watch how their different business segments are performing. Are their news businesses growing? Are their book publishing businesses staying competitive? Ultimately, News Corporation's success will depend on their ability to navigate a complex and rapidly changing world. This report gives us a small peek into their strategy, but it's just one piece of the puzzle. Thanks for watching Corporate Decoder. If you found this analysis helpful, please like, comment, and subscribe. It helps us keep decoding these corporate reports for you.